Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and we're back with another Total War Warhammer video. Let me just start out by saying that even I can admit when I'm wrong in regards to speculation for Total War Warhammer 3. Recently I released a video which I had thought that the hints given towards the plot for the story of the game was based around Arianka being the Dying God. Arianka is one of the Chaos Gods of lore, and it would have been a good fit considering the fact that she is almost powerless at this point. But recently on a livestream it actually came to my attention through my viewers that it could indeed be someone else, with the very first hint of the Dying God being given to us in the very trailer of Total War Warhammer 3. Let's just play the following clip and you'll see what I mean.
Death is like the winter chill. No door can keep it from us. And summer yet may bloom again, though ice be all upon us.
That was literally the hint. Death is like the winter chill, no door can keep it from us, and summer yet may bloom again, though ice be all upon us. Those, rather cheery lyrics, if we can call them that, are from the Oblast Fireside song. A song that first made its appearance in the Warhammer Fantasy RPG series during its second edition in the expansion known as Realm of the Ice Queen. That quote has often been associated with the god of fire and sun, known as Daz. Daz is one of the three major gods in the Kislevites pantheon. It's a common misconception among the fanbase that the Kislevites only worship Ursun, but indeed they do have a number of different gods. Let's take the time now to read a small excerpt from the book itself. When the world was first made, it was all in darkness and ice. Daz saw this and took pity on man. He took his great horse and bore his fire across the sky, giving light to the world. Afterwards, Daz returned to his golden sky palace to rest, for the ride was long and tiring. However, he saw the people below were cold and afraid without his fire, yet he could not ride out again until his horse was rested. So Daz gave the gift of fire to mankind, so they might have some of his light at all times. Daz is well respected and worshipped within Kislev society. He is often depicted as a handsome young man with golden hair and shining eyes, with his body wreathed in fire. As the trailer points out to this god, it could be speculated that the Chaos Gods are wishing to entrap and eventually extinguish Daz's fire, which would make sense lore-wise, as the Chaos Gods would want to wreath the world in darkness before their eventual coming in a end times situation. And no, I'm not saying that we're going into an end time situation in Total War Warhammer, but more in a lore aspect. We know that eventually, timeline-wise, that's where we're heading. And again, I'm not necessarily saying that we're heading there in Total War Warhammer, but it's just canon lore. Very much in the same way as to how the Chaos Invasion event in Total War Warhammer is a prelude and heralding the end times. What better way to break the will of man than by taking the very sun from their lives? It's an interesting concept and honestly rather believable. Of course, many of you may be asking as to why Cathay would be interested in potentially saving this god. Simply put, Cathay has a multitude of gods, and a lot of the times when it comes to gods in Warhammer, they're worshipped by many different races and factions, just with different names. So it could very much be possible that Daz is worshipped in Cathay but with a more Cathayan name. Or, and this is going real tinfoil hat, perhaps Kislev are up to trying to save Daz, and Cathay is the one exploiting him. You see, the Dragon Emperor of Cathay is more or less suspected to be immortal. However, many different Dragon Emperors have taken power. Many believe that the Dragon Emperor himself is an actual dragon, in just the form of a man. Whatever the case may be, it's likely we'll see this lore properly fleshed out by the time that Total War Warhammer 3 releases. But continuing with this theory, if, for example, the Dragon Emperor is but a man, or even just a dragon and not a divine, could it just be that the Dragon Emperor wishes to exploit and siphon the power of Daz in order to become a true god in his right? This is not entirely out of the question, as we have seen some people ascend to godhood over time, for example Sigmar Heldenhammer ascending to godhood, or Nagash himself devouring other gods of Undeath to become the god of Undeath. This doesn't put Cathay into an evil standing. It could indeed be possible that the Dragon Emperor, if mortal, wishes to achieve godhood in effort to protect his people. This act could be considered morally questionable, but we've seen this happen time and time again in the Warhammer franchise. For example, a certain elven god tricking a whole country of chivalrous knights into believing that she is something else. This is of course the more morally grey aspect of Warhammer Fantasy, which in truth fits with the lore extremely well, and I'm kinda almost hoping that this is actually the case. It will make Cathay feel like an actual true Warhammer Fantasy faction. Yes, they can be in the good alignment, but they should also have some questionable tendencies. We see this with the Empire, where they, well, burn down cities at the sign of, or supposed sign, of corruption. And given that Games Workshop have outright said that they want Cathay to feel like a true Warhammer Fantasy faction, then I'm assuming we could expect this. But what are your thoughts regarding all this? Do you think Daz is the dying god? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and let's start a bit of a discussion. But with that, my friends, we've come to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, might I suggest giving the video a like, or even subscribing to the channel, as it really does help us out. In the description section below are various links to different social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Discord. Also in the description section is an affiliate link with Element Games where you could buy loads of hobby-based products, not just Warhammer, for 10 to 25% off. Making a purchase using that link and also our special code, which is also in the description, supports the channel at no extra cost to you, which we think is rather cool. A big thank you to our patrons. Your support means the world to us. It's amazing that people want to help a small channel like us grow and get to a higher level of content. A big thank you to Gibraltar LUSC, Ryan Bertsche, Andrew Prince, and Okro for subscribing to us at our Fane level. You guys are super cool. And a big thank you to Edward Yule, VS Vasan, Aaron Whitman, and Shaggy for subscribing to us at our King level. Honestly, we can't thank you all enough. And lastly, a big thank you to all of you for liking, sharing, and commenting on these videos. Honestly, it's because of you guys that the channel's been growing at such a great pace lately, so we can't thank you all enough. But with that, my friends, thank you so much for watching once again, and we shall see you all again very, very soon. Have a good day.